Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Tom Booker, Senior Instructor. This is our Honors B lesson for this week, where we will be working with our bow skills. Now, we're going to start off today by looking at some new bow fundamentals. One of these is the forward fighting stance. Now, from the yoi position here, ready, I'm simply going to slide my right foot back behind me, and I'm dropping the left hand end of the bow out in front of me just a little bit, so it's pointing up and away. I'm left foot forward, left hand in front of my right here, with the bow on my right hip angling downward toward the floor. So again, here from yoi, it's actually a fairly simple move. Just going to step back and let the tip of the bow drop down. Let's have a look at this from the side. From here, and I'm sliding my right foot back, so I'm left foot forward, and the bow is coming to here. So this is a different position for us. This is the forward fighting stance. And from here, just slide your foot back, drop the end of the bow down. Once more, here, slide back, drop it down. Now we're going to be using this forward fighting stance quite a bit in our work during this term. It's going to feel a little bit odd at first, so work with it, just get used to how it feels. Now, from this forward fighting stance position here, another new skill we're going to be looking at is Jodan-Uke, the high block. I'm going to shift my left foot across slightly and bring the bow up here. I'm blocking an Uchi-Otoshi strike downward to my head. So again, from here, slide my foot across, up and through this way. I'm taking the strike right here on the center section of the bow. Here. And Jodan-Uke. Once more. Up and through Jodan-Uke. Now I'm going to step back with my left foot so that I'm right foot forward, and I'm simply repeating the block, Jodan-Uke. So we're doing two of these in a row. Let's have a look at this from the side. Starting off here, forward fighting stance, shift over, Jodan-Uke, step back, Jodan-Uke. All right, again, I'm here, forward fighting stance, shift, Jodan-Uke, step back, Jodan-Uke. I've got this about forehead high here. That's as high as it needs to go. I don't need to be way up here with it. Right here. All right, let's try it once more. Step back, rather shift, Jodan-Uke, high block, step back, Jodan-Uke, high block. Again, that is something a little bit new. All right, we're going to look at one more new skill that is coming in partnership with something you already know. Now, from forward fighting stance, well, let's start by coming to yoi, so we can practice getting into this forward fighting stance. Right foot slides back. I'm dropping down here. We're going to start off with Uchi-Otoshi. something that you know. We're just starting from a different position. I'm going to step forward, up, over, and through. So the bow is now on my left hip, striking downward. We're going to do a second one. Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi, a reverse overhead strike. Here, that is new. All right, let's try this again. For forward fighting stance, I'm left side forward, I'm going to step forward, Uchi-Otoshi, overhead strike, something you know. And now, Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi, a reverse overhead strike. Here. I'm not changing my grip on the bow. We're jun-nigiri throughout this. All right, from the forward fighting stance, Uchi-Otoshi, Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi. And at the end here, the tip of the bow is on my right side. All right, once more, from forward fighting stance, stepping forward, Uchi-Otoshi, and then stepping forward again, Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi. Now again, that, especially the second strike there, Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi, the reverse overhead strike, that may take a little bit of practice with to really start to get the feel for it, and that's just fine. It's a new and somewhat different way of using the bow. A little bit of practice, you will get the feel for it. Now, those skills are going to be an important part of our first one step. With the attack will be Uchi-Otoshi, Gyaku-Uchi-Otoshi, just like we practiced. Now our defense, we're going to be starting here from our forward fighting stance. As that first strike comes in, we're going to shift forward and block it. Work on taking that first strike right here in between your hands. And we're going to start slowly here and have a partner work with you on this. Just come in, they're going to strike straight down, we're going to shift, come up, and block their strike. You're working on keeping their strike well away from you and making sure that it's in between your hands. Don't go so fast and hard that you get hit on one of your hands with this. All right, again, we're here. And block their strike. They can use something like a broom handle or a mop handle for this, and it'll work just fine. Shift and block their strike. And then if this is going really well, we'll add the second strike. You're blocking their Uchi-Otoshi, and then you're going to step away. They step towards you, and you block again. So from here, attack, and you block. And then two, and you block. So you're going to have your partner doing two attacks. Once more, attack, block, and two, block. That will start one step, number 4. And we're using the bow in a new way here. Take it slowly at first. You're working on just getting that bow into good position to block Uchi-Otoshi, taking their strike right here in between your hands. I don't want to put an arm up and get hit on the hand here. That's not going to help me protect myself. So I want to be in a position where the center of the bow is what is taking the strike. So be careful on your positioning here. Take it nice and slow. All right, now our bow kata that we're going to be working with. We're going to continue our work with shushi-no-kon-sho. We had a good look at this last term so that you know your way around in this fairly well. Our objective by the end of this term is that you will know this well enough that you can do this on your own. Now we'll start off just a quick review of the first section. We're going to name each technique as we go. Yoi. Uchi-Otoshi. Ski-Otoshi. Ski-Kome. Jodan-Uke. Ski-Otoshi. Uchi-Age, upward strike. Morote-Uke. Uchi-Otoshi. Gyaku-Uke. Yoi. Uchi-Otoshi. Gyaku-Uke. Yoi. Uchi-Otoshi. Gyaku-Uke. Yoi. Uchi-Otoshi. Gyaku-Uke. That's as far as we're going to take it for today, for this lesson. Now, the names you already know. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop the names now. We're going to take it a little faster. We're going to try to do this by the count. What we are working on here, we're starting to work on the 3 merits of a good kata. Proper technique is number 1. Being able to put a name to what we're doing helps us with proper technique. I can't do something correctly if I don't know what it is. And especially with bow technique, that can sometimes be a little unclear. One bow technique can look very much like another. So I've got to be clear in my own mind about what's what, and the first step to that is being able to give it a name. Power is our second merit. Once I know the skills, I want to be doing them forcefully enough to make them effective. And finally, focus. Look at what I'm doing and look where I'm going. With the bow, it's a double-ended weapon, so I want to have a clear idea of which end of the weapon, which part of the weapon I am blocking or striking with. Now, as we saw just a few minutes ago, I can certainly use the ends of this. I can use the tips of this, but there are occasions when I can use the center section as well. So I want a good idea of which part of the bow I am using so I can focus my attention there. That I'm not looking at the top part of my bow when what I'm doing is something with the other end. All right, now let's try this by the count. We'll go a little faster and we're not going to name things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look. 1, 2, 3. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's as far as we're going to take this today. But our objective is to pick up our speed, pick up our power, start really working with our focus. Once more, my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look. 1, 2, 3. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you very much for joining me. That is our B lesson for this week on our bow skills. We will be continuing to build on these throughout the rest of our term.